Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Amagyanatimirandasya Gyananjanasalakaya Chakkurunimilitan Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Soyam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaisnavanam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Shri Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalitam Shri Visakhamitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tatta Kantana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhuvevacha Patitanam Pavanabhya Vaishnabhya Namo Namah Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paśyatya Desatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, welcome to the special episode, special session, Narasima Prahalad Narashima Lila, the pastime of Prahalad and Lord Narasima. As we know that the August auspicious, adorable appearance day of Narasima is near approaching. It is the May 22nd of May. So let us discuss about the wonderful activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narasima, and along with the unswerving devotion, unparalleled devotion of Prahalad Maharaj. So it is stated that the discussion of Harikatha itself is very glorious, and also relishable also. But when the discussion of Harikatha, where the glorification of the Lord along with glorification of the devotees is there, it is included, incorporated in this in the narration, that is more relishable. That is stated by Parikshit Maharaj, that in this verse Parikshit Maharaj say that in this verse, Sadhu pṛṣṭaṁ mahārāja hareś caritam adbhutam yad bhagavata-māhātmyaṁ bhagavad-bhakti-vardhanam. The beautiful verses. Great says Śukadeva Gosvāmī said, "My dear king, you have put before me an excellent question, discourses concerning the activities of the Lord, in which the glories of his devotee are also found, are extremely pleasing to devotees. And such wonderful topics always counteract the misery of materialistic way of life. Therefore, great says like Narada always speak upon Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. It gives the facility to hear and chant about the wonderful activities of the Lord. Let me offer my respectful obeisance unto Śrīla Vyāsadeva, then begin describing the topics concerning the activities of the Lord." See, this is why the Prahalad Narashima Lila is very, very paramount important for our bhakti, for our purification, because this is not only the wonderful activities of the Lord, also there is glories of the devotees like Prahalad Maharaj also involved. Therefore, it is very much imperative to hear. It's imperative to hear. And also it is stated that anybody who hears the glories of the Lord, is all his miseries from this since time memorial, ocean of miseries will be dried up. Tadeva ramyam ruchiram navam navam tadeva sasan manosa mauchavam tadeva sakannava sasanam ninnam yaduttama sloko so anugayati. Those words describing the glories of all famous personality of Godhead are attractive, realizable, ever fresh. Indeed, such words are perpetual festival for the mind, the dry of the ocean of misery. See, we have been since time memorial, we have been accumulating reaction of our sinful activities. That creates an ocean of misery. And that ocean of misery at once will be dried up if we hear the glories of all famous personality, wonderful glories, adbhuta karmana, hareś adbhuta karmana. Because it is so attractive, so realizable, and always fresh, navam, always fresh. It's not like a stale, like newspaper. Nobody likes to read the newspaper of yesterday. But Lord's activities are navam, always fresh, nitya nutana, always fresh. So therefore, it is our incumbent for us to hear. It is our stupendous benefit for every living being to hear the wonderful activities of the Lord. So on this note, we will start the Prahalad Narashima Lila. It is stated that by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, that path of Godhead, path of Bhakti, that is said by the God, is not so easy. It is full of thorns, full of difficulties, because material world is full of misery, full of difficulties, full of obstacles. Therefore, one is favored by the God, always said the path of thorns, is always have difficulties. Therefore, we should pray the Narasimhadev, protect us, remove all the obstacles on the path of the God, on the path of bhakti. Therefore, our Acharya has advised us to pray Narasimhadev in order to remove all the obstacles on the path of bhakti. And this particular chapter, Canto 7, the 10th chapter has been invested to glorify the pastime of the Lord Narasimhadev and Prahalad Maharaj. Even as compared to 5th chapter of the 10th chapter of Gopi chapter, Rasalila chapter, which is the utmost crown jewel of everything. But the point is here that unless we remove our obstacles, because everybody has got that obstacles, the dirty things, the anartha, so it has to be removed. One cannot approach Krishna without being purified. So this canto is very, very important, and Prabhupada has extensively given the purport on this canto. Prabhupada liked this one because it is more or less akin to the modern civilizations. Like everybody is like Hiranyakasipu. Hiranya means gold, Kasipu means bed. So everybody looking for the gold or wealth for sense gratification. Bed means sexual intercourse, sensuality, sense gratification. So everybody in this modern society is like a Hiranyakasipu. So this is very much, relevant. This topics, this particular pastimes is very much relevant, tremendously relevant in our modern society. That how we have to remove our mentality of Hiranyakasipu. Not that Hiranyakasipu is gone and dead by Narasimhadev. No, everybody has got 100 of Hiranyakasipu inside the heart. It has to be killed. So therefore, we should pray to Narasimhadev that kill all our Hiranyakasipu mentality from our heart and mind, and invoke that devotion of Prahalad. Even at the time of crisis, he never forgot Supreme Lord, and he has got the unflinching faith on the Lord that he will be protected. That things we should imbibe. So the thing is that there's a very nice story, a nice discussion is going on, where the Parikshit Maharaj in 7th canto, he's asking one very important question. So here he asked that Samaha priya suhit brahman bhutana bhagavan swayam indra sayarthe kathām daityam avadhi viswama jatha. So King Parikshit inquired, my dear Brahmana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu, being everyone's well-wisher, equal and extremely dear to everyone, how then did he become partial like a common man for the sake of Indra, the skilled Indra's enemy? How can a person equal to everyone be partial to some and inimical towards others? So here the question has been asked by Parikshit Maharaj that God is always impartial. He is not partial to anyone because he is the super soul in every living entity. Everyone, from the demons to devotee to ants to elephant, everybody. Krishna says that sarva jonishu sarva bhutanam hudesi tishtati Arjuna. I am there in everybody as a super soul. And he is also, he likes everyone. There is no partiality. But it is seen that always the demigods are winner and demons are losing. Always looks like he is very much partial to demigods. In history, we have heard that every time the demigods are winning. So he is doubting that, although he knows that Lord is not partial, he is impartial, but the records say, historical records say, incidents say that every time the demigods are winner. So he is asking, what's wrong? What is that thing? So actually it is a fact. Lord say that I am not partial to anyone. Samaham sarva bhuteshu name deshuti name priyaha. Krishna say in Bhagavad Gita also, he declared that samaham sarva bhuteshu name deshusti name priyaha ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya maiti teshu chapiham. So Krishna say here that I envy no one, nor I am partial to anyone. I am equal to all, but whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, I am also friend to him. So Krishna says that there is nothing, just like a judge. Judge is impartial. Nobody says that judge, oh, because I am your enemy, you pass the judgment. No. According to one's severity of his offenses, a judge passes his judgment. There is no any kind of partiality or any kind of nepotism, favoritism. Similarly, Supreme Lord is never been partial. So to answer this question, so Parikshit Maharaj has told very nicely answered this question. So Lord Vishnu himself, Supreme Personality of God, is the reservoir of all pleasure. Therefore, what benefit would he derive from siding with demigods? What interest would he fulfill in this way? Since the Lord is transcendental, why should he fear the asuras? How could he be envious of them? So that is the question of Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj says that every time we hear etachamsa kalapunsa Krishna tu bhagavana soyam indrari bakulam lokem mudyanti juge juge. It is stated that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he descends on the earth in order to protect the Indrari, means the enemy of Indra. So it looks like he is so partial to Indra. So he is asking this question to Parikshit Maharaj. So Parikshit Maharaj, in order to answer, he told that, O greatly fortunate learned Brahmana, whether Narayana is partial, impartial has become a subject of great doubt. Kindly dispel my doubt with positive evidence that Narayana is always neutral, equal to everyone. So this is the question by Parikshit Maharaj. Therefore, here Śukadeva Gosvāmī is answering very nicely. Śukadeva Gosvāmī is saying that you have put before me an excellent question, discourse concerning the activities of the Lord, in which the glories of the devotee are so found, extremely pleasing to devotee. Such wonderful topics always counteract the misery of materialistic way of life. Therefore, great sages like Narada always speak upon the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So here he is saying that very interesting question, because in this question, the answer of this question will have a narration of two personality. One is Supreme Lord, one is his devotees. So therefore, this question is very much excellent question. It is very much realizable. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu always transcendental to material quality. Therefore, he is called Nirguna, without quality. Because he is unborn, he does not have a material body to be subject to attachment and hatred. Although Lord is always above material existence, through his spiritual potency, he appeared and acted like an ordinary human being, accepting the duty, obligation, apparently like a conditioned soul. So here the answer has been given that although Lord comes as just like appeared to be ordinary conditioned soul, no, he is transcendental to all the quality. We have got this body, material body. So we have got duality. We hate somebody, we love. Ichha desha samutena. Bhagavad-Gita says that ichha desha samutena. We love somebody, we hate somebody. If somebody say yes to us, we love them. Somebody say no, we immediately. So, but for Lord, he is not coming with his own, material body. He is nirguna. He is beyond this material quality. He is not affected by these three modes of material nature. He is not subject to the duality of material nature. Therefore, he does not have any enemy and any friend. For him, everybody is his very dearest well-wisher. He is well-wisher for everyone. There is no question of that. The demon is, he envy demons, he do not like demon. No. As a super soul, he likes everyone. He is inside everyone's heart. Even sometimes the demons also killed, they got liberation. He do not take. Even the demons mean those who are offensive, they defile, they deny the authority of the God, and they are very blasphemous to the Lord. Still, Lord is so merciful. He never shows his anger, enviousness. It is stated in one of the verses from Bhāgavatam, Śrīmad Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya. So there is a very nice verse regarding this, how Lord is very impartial, even to the demons. It is stated here, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is known as Puruṣottam, the greatest of all persons, has a pure mind. He is so gentle that even his servant is implicated in a great offense, he does not take it very seriously. Indeed, if his servant renders some small service, the Lord accepts it being a very great. Even an envious person blasphemes the Lord never manifests anger against him. Such are the great qualities of the Lord. So, Lord is not like, we have like three modes of material nature, like duality. Lord is beyond that duality, beyond the duality. Therefore, Śukadeva Gosvāmī answering to Prahalad Maharaj that Lord is above this. My dear king, the material qualities, Sattvagun, Rajagun, Tamagun, all belong to material world. Do not even touch the Supreme Personality of Godhead. These three gunas cannot act by increasing or decreasing simultaneously. That is the difference. We are infected by three modes of material nature. Sometimes we are Tamagun, Rajagun, we do not care if somebody blasphemes us. For us, everybody is very nice, friendly. When we are infected by mode of passion, then we have got that enviousness. He is my enemy, he is my friend. When we are infected by Tamagun and we are more, everybody is enemy, I am only the person. So in this way we are infected, but that material modes of nature never touch the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, Parikshit Maharaj, Śukadeva Gosvāmī replying Parikshit Maharaj, dispelling the doubt that Lord is always impartial. There is no question of. Then how, if he is impartial, why the devotees are not winning? Sorry, demons are not winning, always demigods are winning. To answer this question, he has given this very beautiful answer that when the quality of goodness is prominent, the sage and demigods flourish with the help of that quality, with which they are infused and surcharged by the Supreme Lord. Similarly, when the mode of passion is prominent, the demons flourish. When the ignorance is prominent, the Rakshasa flourish. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is present in everyone's heart, fostering the reaction of Sattvagun, Rajagun, Tamagun. This is a very, very important point. The answer is given that it's not like that always demigod wins and demons defeat. No, it's not that Lord is partial. It is a matter of time factor. Time factor, just like summer season, winter season. Summer season there is a scorching hot. Water is very important. Winter season is a very cold. So water is not so much needed. Similarly, here the modes are like a seasonal changes. When there is season changes, some flowers will be manifested, some flower do not. Similarly, when the season changes, that means mode of goodness is prominent, because modes are not in steady state. Sometimes there is a competition among the modes. Bhagavad Gita chapter 14 text 10, it is stated that sometime mode of goodness is prominent, sometime mode of passion is prominent, sometime mode of ignorance, and there is a mixed mode also. So there is always a competition between the modes. Therefore, when the mode of goodness is prominent, the demigods who are in mode of goodness, they flourish. When the mode of passion is prominent, demons are flourishing. They were always, winner. And mode of ignorance is flourish, so they flourish. Like you see, if you see, analyze the ghost, the so all the evil things, they come in the dead of the night, because dead of the night represents mode of ignorance. Afternoon represents mode of passions. Demoniac quality, demoniac mentality arises. But mode of goodness is early morning time. Everybody is praying to the Lord. It depends according to time factor. We can see here, if you go to jail, if you go to the jail, any police outpost, you can ask, police station, you can ask them. They will say that most of the criminal cases have been lodged in the night compared to the afternoon and morning. Morning is very less. Why? Because morning represents mode of goodness. When there is a mode of goodness, demoniac quality will not come to us. So the good quality will flourish. When it is afternoon, mode of passion, the passionate quality will flourish. When it is night, the ignorance quality will flourish. As a result, lot of criminal cases in the night only comes. So accordingly, who is flourishing? And one point is that mode of passion and mode of ignorance, they are not steady. They will collapse, they will grow and collapse. But mode of goodness is steady. Therefore, it stays for long. Therefore, the Indra and demigod, they flourish more time than these demons. So that is the answer has been given. Prabhupada also given in purport that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is not partial to anyone. The conditioned soul is under the influence of various modes of material nature. Behind the material nature is the Supreme Personality of God, Supreme Personality of Godhead. But one's victory and loss under the influence of Satagun, Rajagun, Tamagun, a reaction of this mode, not of the Supreme Personality, Supreme Lord's partiality. So Śukadeva Gosvāmī in Bhagavad-Gita Sandarbha has clearly said that according to his statement, the Bhagavad Sandarbha, the Supreme Lord being always transcendental to the material quality, is never affected by the influence of this quality. The same characteristic is also present in the living being. But because he is conditioned by material nature, even the pleasure potency of the Lord is manifested in the conditioned soul as a trouble jam. In the material world, the pleasure enjoyed by the conditioned soul is followed by the many painful conditions. See, this is a very, very good things has been given here. So here it is say that because we are conditioned, so therefore we are influenced by the mode of goodness, passion and ignorance. Accordingly, we get the reaction. So when it depends on the which modes is prominent, accordingly we get the reaction. This is not given by the Lord. Karanam guna sangasya sad asad janma janmiso. Even we take birth, somebody is Bill Gates, somebody is gatekeeper, somebody is saint, somebody is sinner, someone is born as a prince, someone is born as a pauper. Why there is a discrepancy? This discrepancy due to attachment to the modes of material nature. If in this life I am attached to the mode of passion, I will be taking birth as a human being or in earthly planet. If I am in goodness, I will be going to upper planetary system. Urdham gacanti satastha, madhyam tishtati rajata, jaghanya gunna pitisa, adham tishtanti, adham gachanti tamasaha. So according to which mode is prominent in this life, I will be taking birth. Exactly the same way that sometimes if Rajaguna is prominent according to time factor, if Rajaguna is prominent, Sattaguna is prominent, the demigods wins. The Rajaguna is prominent, then demons win. So there is nothing to do with Lord's interference in this. Lord is always impartial. So that is the answer. So the next question has been asked. See, when this question is answered, then Parikshit Maharaj is now asking the give me some kind of example of this, like where this is happening. O king, this time factor enhances the Sataguna. Thus, although Supreme Lord is controller, he favors the demigods, who are mostly situated in Sataguna. Then the demons who are influenced by Tamaguna are annihilated. Supreme Lord induces the time factor to act different way, but he is never partial. Rather, his activities are glorious. Therefore, he is called Urusrava. So, according to the time factor, if time factor is prominent, time factor induces, according to time factor, if time factor favors the demigods, then demigods wins. Prabhupada writes about the influence of time factor. That is the most important thing. A good example in this regard is that an electrician connects both the heater and cooler at the same time to the same electrical energy. The cause of the heating and cooling is the electrician manipulation of electric energy according to his desire. But factually, the electrician has nothing to do with causing heat and cold, nor with the enjoyment or suffering that result. So here it is said that according to the time factor. In this way, Parikshit Maharaj is answered by the Śukadeva Gosvāmī, and Parikshit Maharaj wanted a example. The example has been given. So then he quoted an example of Sisupal. The Sisupal was the cousin of Krishna, and Sisupal was cousin of Krishna, and he was predestined. He was destined to kill by the Krishna, because Sisupal mother and Devaki both are sister. So he is the cousin, and they know from the birth that Krishna, because he was born in 400, and it was predicted that whosoever see him, his 200 will disappear, and that person will also the cause of his death. Then Krishna came and he saw, and two hand of Sisupal disappeared. When two hand of Sisupal disappeared, then the mother requested him that you forgive him for some offense, forgive him. So Krishna said, I will forgive for 100 offenses. So in this way, Sisupal was from the birth, he was very much antagonist against Krishna. He was always offending Krishna. And there was a Rajasya Yajna by Yudhishthira Maharaj, Pandavas. That time Krishna has come, and Sisupal also came. Everybody decided, particularly Sahadev and all Bhishma, all these Pandavas and all these people in assembly, they decided that Krishna is going to be first worshipper of the thing, because the Supreme Lord. But it was objected by Sisupal, and Sisupal keeps on offending the Lord. When the 100 offense crosses, then he was killed by the Lord. And he was killed by the Lord, and his soul entered into the body of Krishna. So that time Yudhishthira Maharaj was very doubtful. He asked the question to Narada Muni, Sisupal is so much sinner, so much blasphemous to the Lord. How come his soul got the mukti, Saujya mukti? To respond to that, Narada Muni spoke that because Sisupal, although he is very much animosity or very much envious to Krishna, Not only that he knows that Krishna is the cause of his death, will be the cause of his death, also during the time of marriage of Rukmini. So here Shishupal was said to be the bridegroom of Rukmini, and he was about to get married and exchange the garland. That time Krishna came, just like a tiger came and takes away the deer. Similarly came and takes away the deer, Rukmini. That made also Shishupal very angry. He's always finding the faults, blaspheming the Lord, criticizing, insulting the Lord. They always have a antagonistic, animosity with the Supreme Lord. But why he got the liberation, that was asked by Yudhishthira Maharaj. Narada Muni has given a very nice explanation to that. That anybody who is absorbed in the thought of Krishna, either it is favorable, either out of friend, out of devotion, out of enemy also, he will get liberation. So therefore, in this connection, Narada Muni has very nicely spoken these beautiful verses, because these are the things important that will lead to the talk about the narration about the Prahalad Narashima Lila. These are the prelude. Kama deshwat bhaya sneha jatha bhakteshwara manah aveshyatadagaham hitva bhavastad gatim gataha. This is very nice verses Prabhupada quoted. Many persons have attained liberation simply by thinking of Krishna with great attention, giving up sinful activity. The great attention may be due to lusty desire, inimical feeling, fear, affection, or devotional service. I shall now explain how one receives Krishna mercy simply by concentrating one's mind upon him. See, it's a very important thing. Inimical feelings also, fear also, lusty desire, in whatever the way. But if you absorb your thought, absorb your mind in thinking of Krishna, one get liberation. And here this Shishupal, always out of enemy with Krishna, always thinking of Krishna, just like Kansa, always thinking of Krishna. Krishna will come and kill me, Krishna will beat me, Krishna will come anytime. He's seeing everywhere Krishna, out of enemies. He's so out of fear of Krishna. Therefore, it is said that out of fear, out of inimical feeling, if one is always absorbed in thinking of Supreme Lord, he will get liberation. Kansa also got liberation. Shishupal also got liberation. So therefore, Narada Muni is answering to Yudhishthira Maharaj's question, how Shishupal got liberation. He is so much inimical feeling with Krishna. So the next verse is also very important. Gopya kamat bhayat kanso deshvasa nirpaha. It is said that, my dear King Yudhishthira, the gopis by their lusty desire, Kansa by his fear, Shishupal and other king by envy, Yadus by familiar relationship with Krishna, and you Pandavas by your great affection for Krishna, we the general devotee by our devotional service have obtained the mercy of Krishna. So this is the way how to obtain the mercy of Krishna. Manmana bhava madabhakta, always think of Krishna. Satatam sumataiva Krishna. Even the only difference is that those who are thinking unfavorably, like inimical feeling, fear, like Kansa and Shishupal, they are called devotee. They are not qualified as, they are not called devotee. They are not qualified as devotee, but demons, because it is inimical, unfavorable devotional service. Bhakti should be always favorable. Bhakti kṛṣṇānuṣīlanam. Anukulyana kṛṣṇānuṣīlanam. Bhakti ruttam. Anukulya bhakti, favorable. Therefore, those who are discharging favorable devotional service to the Supreme Lord, they are called devotees. But those who are discharging unfavorable, like Kansa and Shishupal, always thinking of Krishna but inimical feeling, out of fear, they are not devotees, they are demons. But they get the liberation. That is the mercy of Krishna. Even he chastised the demons, that is for their favor. Even if protecting the devotee, that is also his favor. In both way, his mercy is flowing. Therefore, it is called his causeless mercy. Neither the demons nor the devotees, they ask for a deserve that, but he gives the mercy. But somebody may ask the question, then what is the difference between devotee and demons? Both are getting liberation. No, there is a different of liberation is there. There are 5 kind of liberation. The demons get the saujya bhakti, means merging into the existence of the Lord, merging into the effulgence of the bodily effulgence of the Lord. That is called saujya bhakti. But devotee got salokya bhakti. Why? Because salokya bhakti, devotee wanted devotee always thinking of Krishna, at the same time they are rendering service to Krishna. But demons, they are thinking of Krishna, but they do not want to serve Krishna because they are inimical, feeling unfavorable devotional service. Therefore, saujya bhakti means you may absorb in the thought of Krishna, but you will not have a chance, opportunity to serve Krishna. That is saujya bhakti, saujya mukti. Salokya mukti is that where you enter into the planet, you will not only thinking of Krishna, also engage in the service. Therefore, devotees' liberation is far, far greater and better than demons get the liberation. So that is the thing Narada Muni is explaining, that how the Sisupal, they got it. They got the liberation. Sisupal got the liberation. Somehow and other one must consider the form of Krishna very seriously. Then by one of the 5 different processes mentioned above, one can return home back to Godhead. Atheists like King Bena, however, being unable to think of Krishna form in any of these 5 ways, cannot attain salvation. Therefore, one must somehow think of Krishna, whether in a friendly way or inimically. See how the Lord is so merciful. Anybody who thinks of Krishna, either friendly or inimically, they got salvation. That is the causeless mercy of the Lord. Lord is so magnanimous. Anybody approaches him, just like Putana came. Putana absorbed, although he came to administer, but he rendered some service to the Lord pretentiously, breastfeeding. So Lord took the positive side and gave her the status of mother in Goloka Vrindavan. That is the Lord, so magnanimous. So here, after hearing these things, that how Lord is very impartial, even the demons also get liberation, not only devotees, and Lord is so impartial. After hearing Parikshit Maharaj, Śukadeva Gosvāmī is now referring to the story of this one, and Parikshit Maharaj is asking, after this after this conversation between Narada and Yudhishthira Maharaj is asking question that who is this Sisupal and how he has got such kind of liberation, even though so inimical. What is his previous life? To answer this, Narada Muni is now stating about the Jaya Vijaya story. So in previous life, there are 2 doorkeepers called Jaya Vijaya in Vaikuntha, and there are 4 sons of Brahma, Chatush Kumar. So they came to, one time they were traveling, came to Vaikuntha. They were stopped by this Jaya Vijaya because they thought that they look like so ordinary, naked, because they were so small childlike. They never grow. They do not want to grow because they are so self-controlled. They do not want to be infected by lusty desire and all. So they want to remain as a brahmachari and remain as a small child. Small child means it will not activate the sense things will not activate. So therefore they remain as a small child, as a small naked 5 years boys. So when they wanted to enter, the Jaya Vijaya thought that these are ordinary naked children. Why they can enter into the, what is their business in entering to Vaikuntha? So they stopped them. On seeing this kind of misbehavior, this kind of conduct, the Kumaras, they cursed them. They cursed them that you are in Vaikuntha, nobody is enemies. Because everybody is so friendly, everybody is the servant of the Lord. So how come you have that discriminations? This kind of mentality is not fit to stay in Vaikuntha. So they caused them to go to material world. You are meant to be there in material world. But at the same time, while they are falling down to material world, to doorkeeper Jaya Vijaya, Kumaras, they also give the statement that you will come back after 3 lives, you will come back. So this Jaya Vijaya, the associate of Lord in Vaikuntha, they took birth as a Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu from the son of Diti, and Ravana Kumbhakarna during Tretya Yuga, and third incarnation is Dantavarka and Sisupal, 2 cousin brothers. So here it is stated that then the Parikshit Maharaj wanted to know more about the Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu. Now this entire story prelude come to the Prahalad and Hiranyakashipu things. So here this Parikshit Maharaj is asking about the how this Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu came, and how their birth, how what happened to that. So he wanted to know more about explain about more things. Parikshit Maharaj is not like a person like us, like hearing just like, okay, if you talk, you do not talk is fine, whatever you talk I accept. No, although there are 7 days, Parikshit Maharaj is not a kind of ordinary hearer like us who got everything. No, he stops. He asked the question to Śukadeva Gosvāmī, I want to know, give me more explanation on this. He do not just jump and skip like this. So he is asking, I want to know, kindly explain how the associate of personality of Godhead were caused to descend the material body like ordinary person, and how and what happened. No, my Lord Narada Muni, why was there such an enmity between Hiranyakashipu and his beloved son Prahalad Maharaj? How did Prahalad Maharaj become such a good devotee of Lord Krishna? Kindly explain to me. That was the question. From here, the Prahalad Narasingha story is coming. This is the question asked by Yudhishthira Maharaj to Narada Muni. Maharaj Yudhishthira inquired, O my Lord Narada Muni, why was there such enmity between Hiranyakashipu and his beloved son Prahalad Maharaj? How did Prahalad Maharaj become such a great devotee of Lord Krishna? Kindly explain this to me. So this is the starting point of the narration of the Prahalad Narasingha Lila. So here it is stated that, so when Hiranyaksha, the Hiranyaksha means golden eyes. His brother is called Hiranyaksha. There are 2 sons, Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu. One is golden eyes, one is golden beard. Golden eyes means his eyes always looking for the gold. So one time, what happened in Hiranyaksha, when the earth was submerged in Garbhodakshaya ocean, Hiranyaksha, then Lord came as a Varaha avatar to rescue the earth. That time Hiranyaksha hindered them. There was a great fight, Hiranyaksha died. By death of Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu was very, very angry. He developed that enmity along with enmity with the Supreme Lord Vishnu. So he ordered everyone that you go and destroy all this Brahminic quality. Because of Brahminic culture, the Krishna or all this Brahminic culture or austerity, sacrifice, because of this only the Vishnu is powerful. If we stop this one, then Vishnu become weak. And Vishnu become weak, I can kill Vishnu and demigod will be like a branches. They will be dead. So in this way, he ordered that while I am engaged in the business of killing Lord Vishnu, go down to the planet Earth, which is flourishing due to Brahminical culture, Kshatriya government. These people engaged in austerity, sacrifice, Vedic study, destroy all people thus engaged. So he was now giving this order that you go and destroy everyone, all the Brahminical culture, all sacrifice, stop. And because he wanted to change the establishment of the Lord Vishnu, the pious people get impious result. Impious people get pious result. So that was his idea. He wanted to topsy-turvy with the establishment. Therefore, he said that basic principle of Brahminic culture is to satisfy Lord Vishnu, the personification of sacrifice, ritualistic ceremony. Lord Vishnu is the personified reservoir of all religious principle. He is shelter of all demigods, the great pitas and other people in general. When the Brahmanas are killed, no one will exist to encourage Kshatriya to perform yajna. Thus, the demigods not being appeased by yajna will automatically die. So, it is whole idea to how to destroy the Brahminical culture, so that all the sacrifice yajna will be stopped. When that will be done, then automatically demigods also will die. In this way, he was trying to take the revenge of Vishnu. And he also went to Mandara mountain to do the tapasya, to get the benediction to become immortal. His whole idea is to become immortal and kill the Supreme Lord. Then when he was doing meditation to Brahma, he was doing that meditation is so severe for 100 celestial years. With one leg and outstretch, open his hand, raise his two hands. He was doing very severe austerity. Severe austerity. So much so that the fire and smoke is coming out from his brain, from his head. And his body becomes so skeleton like this. And that fire is now making entire 3 planetary system scorching like heat. That time everybody went to Brahma to appease, to go to Hiranyakasipu and stop him. That time what happened? That, oh my Lord, O best of giver of benediction, if you will kindly grant me the benediction I desire, please let me know. Let me not meet death from any of the living entity created by you. So here Hiranyakasipu, Brahmaji came, and Brahmaji came very appeased by the severe austerity of Hiranyakasipu. He came to Mandaranchal, and in Mandaranchal he sprinkled the water from Kamandalu. That rejuvenated the body of Hiranyakasipu, which was very skinny. It becomes so rejuvenated like a youth and young body. And that time the Hiranyakasipu was very pleased, and he asked the benediction, I want to be immortal. So Brahma said that I am not immortal. How can I give you the immortality? So you ask me anything else other than immortality. So these demons are very intelligent. He wanted to trick the Brahma and ask something which is tantamount or equivalent to become immortal. So he asked these 14 things. Grant me that I not die within any residence and outside any residence, during the daytime or at night time, nor on the ground or in the sky. Grant me that my death not be brought about by any being created by someone other than you, nor by any weapon, nor by any human being, nor animal. So Hiranyakasipu is very much afraid of Vishnu becoming animal to kill him, because his brother had been killed by Vishnu. And Lord took the shape of a boar. He was therefore very careful to guard against all kind of animals. But even without taking the shape of an animal, Vishnu could kill him by hurling his Sudarshan Chakra, which can go anywhere without Lord's physical presence. So therefore, Hiranyakasipu was careful to guard against all kind of weapon. He guarded against all kinds of time, space, country, because he was afraid of being killed by someone else in another land. Therefore, there are many other planets, higher and lower. Therefore, he prayed for the benediction of not being killed by any resident of any of these planets. These are the 3 original deity, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. Hiranyakasipu knew that Brahma would not kill him, but he also wanted not to be killed by Lord Vishnu or Lord Shiva. Consequently, he prayed for such a benediction. Thus, Hiranyakasipu thought himself securely protected from any kind of death caused by any living entity within the universe. He also carefully guarded against the natural death, which might take place within his house or outside the house. See how he is clever. The demons are very clever. Grant me that I not meet death from any entity, living or non-living. Grant me further that I not be killed by any demigod, demons, or by any great snake from the lower planets. Since no one can kill you in the battlefield, you have no competitor. Therefore, grant me that benediction. I too have no rival. Give me the sole lordship over all living entity, presiding deity. Give me all glorious obtained by that position. Furthermore, give me all the mystic power attained by long austerity and the practice of yoga. For this cannot be lost any moment. So in this way, he covered so many ways. Prabhupada says that. So he covered so many ways. And he wanted a similar position of Lord Brahma. So he wanted to that powerful as well as protected so many ways that nobody can kill, nobody can vanquish him. That was the demoniac mentality. They want to always to be immortal. So in this way, he got the benediction from the Brahma. When he got the benediction from the Brahma, so Hiranyakashipu, what happened? That that time he became terrorized. He conquered the 3 worlds along with demigods. Demigod fears out of the demigod flees away from the heaven out of the fear. So that time demigod approaches the Lord, that Lord Krishna, please help us. And Lord, he told that yes, I will come and to help you, but time, let's wait for the time, right time I will come. So when they approaches the Supreme Lord for the protection from the Hiranyakashipu, the voice of the Lord vibrated as follows: O best of learned person, do not fear, I wish all good fortune to you. Become my devotee by hearing, chanting about me, offering me prayers. For these are certainly meant to award benediction to all living entity. I know all about activity of Hiranyakashipu, so surely stop them very soon. Please wait patiently until that time. See, Lord very nicely say that. So that do not fear, but keep on chanting and hearing and praying me. These are meant for, these are certainly meant to award benediction to all living entities. Therefore, in our Krishna consciousness movement, our chanting, hearing and praying, 3 things are very important, so that we will get the mercy of the Lord, invoke the mercy of the Lord. Lord himself here says, certainly he will get the mercy. So Lord continued that when one is envious of the demigod who represent the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Veda, which give all knowledge, cows, Brahmana, Vaishnava, religious principle, ultimately of me, Supreme Personality of Godhead, he and his civilization will be vanquished without delay. So very important point here. Cow, Brahmana, Vedas, demigods, we should not be envious of them, because they are all representative of the Lord. And representative of the Lord, the sadhus are representative of the Lord. Therefore, we should not blaspheme sadhus. It is the greatest offense and greatest fall down. The consequence is very gargantuan if we offend a devotees. When Hiranyakashipu attacks the great devotee Prahalad, his own son, who is peaceful, sober, who has no enemy, I shall kill Hiranyakashipu immediately, despite the benediction of Brahma. See, Lord here assured that wait for the time. The time he will offend a devotee, just a devotee like exalted devotee like Prahalad Maharaj, his son, that time I will come and kill him immediately, despite the benediction of Brahma. Despite he got a so excellent benediction, secured himself from being killed by anyone, still Lord will come and immediately kill him the moment he offends his devotees. That was the assurance from the Lord. Therefore, one should get the lesson from here that one should not offend the pure devotee. We will be finished. So, on the other hand, there was a Prahalad Maharaj has very good qualities. During the austerity, during the Hiranyakashipu was doing austerity, that time his wife Kayadu gave birth to Prahalad Maharaj. And Prahalad Maharaj was in the womb, he learnt the spiritual knowledge from his Guru Narada Muni, because Narada Muni took shelter, gave the shelter in his ashram to Kayadu during the pregnancy. And every day Narada Muni speaks about Harikatha. That time Prahalad used to hear Harikatha from the womb actually. And he developed this good quality. The association is very important. Jasasti bhaktir bhagavati akincana. When you get association with exalted quality, you will imbibe their qualities. You will develop the love for the Lord. When you develop the love, jasasti bhaktir bhagavati akincana, tasasti samasta suraha. Sarva guneshi samasta suraha. All good quality will manifest. Similarly, Prahalad Maharaj has so much good qualities. It is stated this beautiful verses that Prahalad Maharaj has got wonderful qualities because of, by dint of his devotional service, he got so many good qualities. He endowed with so many good qualities. The quality of Maharaj Prahalad, the son of Hiranyakashipu, were desired here within. He was completely cultured as a qualified Brahmana, having very good character, being determined to understand the absolute truth. He had full control of his sense mind like super soul. He was kind to every living entity. He was the best friend of everyone. To respectable person, he acted exactly like a menial servant. To the poor, he was like a father. To his equal, he was attached to like a sympathetic brother. He considered his teacher, spiritual master, older godbrother to be as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He was completely free from unnatural pride that might have arisen from his good education, riches, beauty, aristocracy, and so on. So he was so many endowed with good quality because he is devotee. Devotee means you have automatically endowed good quality. So he was being sent to the Gurukul to learn about all the things. So when he sent by his father to Gurukul, and he came to the one time he came to see the father, and father is asking, what did you learn? What did you? He was so much absorbed in Krishna. Krishna griha grihatma. Griha grihatma means is Krishna graha grahitatma. Krishna graha means just like a Rahu graha. When you are attacked by Rahu graha, that is called Rahu graha grahitatma. But here he is so much absorbed in this narration, thought, and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he was completely overtaken by the Krishna planet. So at that time, he was sent to Gurukul to learn about the politics, psychology, sociology, how to become a leader, because he can carry forward the legacy of Hiranyakashipu. So, but he was not interested. So one time he came in the vacation. That time, he met Hiranyakashipu, his father. Father asked the questions. What is that question? And what did you learn from your Gurukul so far? My dear King Yudhishthir, once upon a time, king of the demons Hiranyakashipu took his son Prahalad on the lap, very affectionately inquired, my dear son, please let me know what you think is the best of all subjects you have studied from your teacher. So he asked, what did you learn? Because you went to Gurukul so far, let me know your progress report. He answered the knowledge, he answered very nicely. Tas sadhumanya suravarya dehinam sada samudignadiyam asadagrahat itvatma patam griham andhakupam vanogotetyadhari asrayat. This is a beautiful verses, mostly quoted. Prahalad Maharaj said that, O best of Asura, king of demons. He never said his father. He still best of Asura, king of demons. As far as I have learned from my spiritual master Narada Muni, not this Sanda and Amarka. Any person who has accepted a temporary body, temporary household life is certainly embarrassed by anxiety because of having fallen in dark well, where there is no water but suffering. One should give up this position, go to the forest. More clearly, one should go to Vrindavan, where only Krishna consciousness is prevalent. So thus take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's a very nice answer. He told Asurabhara, king of demons, I learned that people who have accepted, almost everyone in this material world accepting these things, accepted this material, this temporary household life, temporary body, temporary household life is certainly embarrassed by the anxiety because of having fallen in dark world. Everybody here accepting the household life, temporary body as a permanent. Therefore, they are embarrassed by anxiety because the body is full of anxiety. The household life is full of anxiety. It's like a fallen in dark well. There is no water but suffering. The body is full of suffering. Janma, murtu, jara, vyadhi. The household life is always suffering. Full of suffering household life. It is stated in this verse that how the household life is very suffering. It's padam padam yad vipadam is say, but there is another verse is there where it is say that those who are interested only in so-called beautiful life, namely remaining a household life entangled by son and wife searching after wealth, think that such thing as life ultimate goal. Such people simply wander in different type of body throughout the material existence without finding out ultimate goal of life. Now, those who are thinking that this household life is good, but it is full of anxiety, dark well, always problem. So therefore here very nice thing lesson has been given to everyone by Prahalad Maharaj is teaching that one should not take this household life temporary body as permanent. Otherwise one will fall into the dark well, there is always suffering. Padam padam yad vipadam. This family life is very encumbersome. It will create, you will rotate in this material world life after life without achieving the ultimate goal of life. Therefore one should go to Vrindavan, or one should go where the Krishna consciousness is prevalent and take shelter of the Lord in order to get respite from all the suffering of temporary body and temporary household life. So in this way he is explaining, his father was very much astonished. What is going on? What kind of teaching this one? I have sent you to learn the politics, learn the demoniac things, how to become a leader, how to lead. But what you are talking about something different. So he was very much upset. Then he asked the Sanda Amarka, where did he learn all the things? They told, we do not teach this one. Maybe somebody in disguise, demigod, they teach. So then he sent them again to Gurukul, and this time very strictly teach all the things, all the lessons, all this politics, how to diplomacy, politics, leadership, all these things you should teach him, warfare, so that he can be a good leader like me. Then when Sanda Amarka took that, then he gave the lesson. Prahalad was also not interested. And after some times, he came back again. After hearing this word devotional serving from his son, Prahalad was extremely angry. Asked his son, where did you learn? He was very angry. What is speaking about all the things, devotional service, devotional service. Then therefore he asked that, where did you learn that? Then he immediately said that, I learned from then he answered very nicely, that he told that this kind of devotional service you will not know. He said that Matinna Krishna Paroto Mitho Porotho Sotoba Mitho Vibhadyate Griha Bhartanam Adanta Gopi Visatam Tamisram Puna Punna Charvitam Charvanana. Prahalad Maharaj replied, because of the uncontrolled sense, persons who are addicted to the materialistic life make progress toward hellish condition, repeatedly chew which has already been chewed. Their inclination toward Krishna are never aroused, either by instruction of others, or by their own effort, or by combination of both. He told, my dear king, you cannot become a devotee. You will not learn this devotional service. Because why? Because you are too much uncontrolled sense, too much engaged. Anybody so much addicted to the materialistic life, they cannot arouse Krishna consciousness. Bhagavat-Ishvara pṛṣṭaṁ maya prahata chetasam. So when so much indulged in this materialistic life, just like modern people, everybody like Hiranyakasipu, everybody is excessively engaged, engrossed, enchanted, enamored with the materialistic life. Therefore, they know Krishna consciousness. They do not know what is the ultimate goal of life. He continued. Prahalad Maharaj is telling that nate vidhu swatha gatimi Vishnu durasaya bahi arthamanina andha jatandhir upamaya nam te pisatanta murudham nibaddha. Person who are strongly entrapped by the consciousness of enjoying material life, who have therefore accepted as their leader, guru, or similar blind men attached to external sense object, cannot understand the goal of life is to return home back to Godhead, engage in the service of Vishnu. As a blind man guided by another blind man miss the right path, fall into a ditch, materially attached men led by another materially attached men are bound by the ropes of fruitive labor, which are made very strong cord. They continue again and again in the materialistic life, suffering threefold of measure. So there is a very important point here. Prabhupada quoted these verses most of the time. What is this about? This is about that people do not know. They have accepted The goal of life is enjoying material life. They do not know ultimate goal of life is to serve the Supreme Lord. Nate viddu satta gati. In this way, they are led by other misguided people. As a result, things are very chaotic. Both of them are falling down into the ditch, and they are entrapped in this material world, undergoing the obnoxious suffering under the three modes of material nature. So this is a very important instruction is given by the by Prahalad Maharaj is teaching to everyone that materialistic life is a greatest impediment for our self-realization, for our advancement in Krishna consciousness, to achieve the ultimate goal of life. So solution is that one should take shelter of the devotee of the Lord. Then one can get out. Naisam matistava durukarmagrim swasasti anartha upagama yad athat mahyasam padaraja abhishekam niskanchanam na vinita yavat. So here the solution is given that unless they smear upon their body the dust of the lotus feet of a Vaishnava, completely freed from material contamination, person very much inclined towards materialistic life cannot be attached to the lotus feet of the Lord, who is glorified for his uncommon activities. Only by becoming Krishna conscious and taking shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord, in this way one can free from the material contamination. So this answer is given that only way that we can get out from this entanglement, material entanglement, to take shelter of the devotee. Guru Krishna Krupa Pava Bhakti Lata Beach. So once one come in contact with the lotus feet of the association of the devotee, pure devotee of the Lord, who is free from all contamination, that time we will arouse the Krishna consciousness. We will terminate the so-called material existence. Therefore, this is the beautiful teaching of the Prahalad Maharaj, who summarizes the entire spiritual problem, entire problem of material life and its solution. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada has given extensive purport, so many lectures on this subject matter. Most favorite verses, all three verses are Prabhupada's most favorite verses, mostly quoted. That how people simply avidya kama karma bhihi, avidya kama, out of ignorance, they have so much attached to materialistic way of life. They have no idea that this is the cause of their suffering. In this way, they are bound up in this material existence, undergoing obnoxious misery of cycle of birth and death, so many other sufferings. The only way to get out from this obnoxious misery, obnoxious material existence, to take shelter of the devotee of the Lord, association of the Lord. So pure devotee, association of pure devotee. Because association of pure devotee, we will learn the Krishna consciousness. We will arouse the bhakti for Krishna. There is no question of getting out without association of devotee. We cannot get out. It is stated in these beautiful verses by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that Mahatma Kurpa Bina Kono Karma Bhakti Naye Krishna Bhakti Dure Rahu Sansara Nahe Khya. Unless one is favored by pure devotee, one cannot attend the platform of devotional service. To say nothing of Krishna Bhakti, one cannot even relate from the bondage of material existence. See, that is the verdict. Therefore, Mahaprabhu say that Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Kahe, Lavamatra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Ho. By simply a little slight association of devotee, Lavamatra means very 1 by 12 seconds, that will give ultimate perfection. This is the beautiful teaching of Prahalad Maharaj, not only to his father, through his father to everybody. He answering the father question, where did you learn all the things, all devotional service, this, that. Then he is telling, you cannot get it. You can get it unless you take shelter of a devotee. Otherwise, nobody can get. There is no question of, without sadhu sangha, there is no question of you getting the bhakti or get out from this material entanglement. So on this, this is all about the 7th canto. We have covered today 5th chapter, 7th canto, 1, 2, 3, 5th. And subsequent session we will cover the 7th, 6th, which is the teaching of Prahalad Maharaj to all his colleagues, classmates. That is 7th, 6th, 7th canto, 6th chapter and 7th chapter. And 8th and 9th chapter is about, 8th chapter is about the how the Nrsimhadev appeared and killed the Hiranyakashipu. And 9th and 10th chapter is the thoughtful prayer, full of ecstatic prayer of Prahalad Maharaj. There is a lot of things to learn from this rest of the 5 chapters. It's very, very important. So after this episode, Hiranyakashipu was very, very angry, and he told all his guards to kill this person. So they tried to kill him. They tried to kill him in so many ways. They attempt so many ways to kill, but they could not kill him. That time, Sanda Amarka requested the Hiranyakashipu to again send him to Gurukul. We will brainwash him. We will teach him properly. Then Prahalad went to there. Then during the school period, he was not interested in learning all kind of things, politics, diplomacy. During the recession period, he used to teach all his classmates about Krishna consciousness. So we will learn the lesson. We will talk about that discussion in the next session. Thank you very much. Jai Nrsimhadev Bhagavan ki jai, Bhaktaraj Prahalad Maharaj ki jai, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Jai Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai.